your boy Bleeves. Everybody listen up. Let's get it. I'm trying to put money in your pocket, that crypto wallet, that bing bada bing ching ching big profit. Even when the market's sideways, I'm looking for ways to get paid. I'm checking my coins around breakfast, then again around bedtime. Bet this, it's not financial advice, but I'm always. It's been a long day, I mean a long week, maybe a long year, so let's get something clear. We're gonna stock up on some party favors later on. Tell everybody they're invited, you should come along. Best to bring your good foot, ladies gonna be dancing on the ceiling. Cocky and appealing, possibly revealing, getting sideways like a bridesmaid as she vibrate. If you a lightweight, hope you hydrate. We gon' tip the bottles back, busting out the fat sacks. People wearing costumes, chewing on a mushroom, something like a wonderland. Understand? Going down the rabbit hole with my kinfolk to another land. Damn, I said we do it like this. Magic carpet riders on some third eye shit. Mr. Pine Cones come a long, long way, so everybody get sideways. Sing it. I can't wait till Friday. Everybody's getting sideways. Pass the bottle back my way. Everybody's getting sideways.
What is going on, Believers? Guys, I hope everybody's having a good morning. My name is Bleeves. This is Breakfast with Bleeves. And we're going to kick off this morning with, we don't really have any news, except the markets have been struggling over the last couple of days. There's been a lot of negative sentiment in the water, and it's about to get worse, I think. We're not going to test new lows. I think we're beyond new lows. However, we are about to have a Dow future that's down about 300 points going into today after having had a massive sort of sell-off over Friday. And some of it didn't make very much sense. And when you go looking for news, then you're really... I think really what you're starting to see right now is that people are just making up reasons for the Wall Street rally to continue to fizzle. People are plugging in. I think for the first time I saw somebody say, well, it's weak because Jackson Hole is coming, and we're about to hear some information from Jerome Powell, who's going to speak at Jackson Hole. So we also heard that it's just off of weak data because the focus is now on the Fed, and that the Fed has suggested that the central bank could maintain the interest rate increases. Listen, that's what they expected anyway. That's what they said anyway. That's not what this is. This is people moving along with the market and market sentiments. So, that being the case, I think that we're in that area where none of this shit's making sense to a lot of different people, and we don't know what to make of the market. And to be fair, we've never seen anything like this before. We've seen markets go up. We've seen markets go down. We've seen all the things that we've seen. But this market is just different. We had a worldwide shutdown, followed by a worldwide restart, followed by an exiting of the job market of millions of people across the world, followed by a slow re-entry, creating low unemployment, but not necessarily meaning that people are better off than they were. We've seen the gig economy really start to boom, and we've seen that happen. And I don't think that people know what to make of it at this point. So in checking with the charts, first we're going to say good morning to Pocahontas. Good morning, Diggy. Good morning, Ellis. Ellis, I'm finally hearing Jackson Hole come up. Good morning, Crypto B. Tommy O, good morning. Good morning, Hines. Bruce Turner. Good morning, Martin. What's going on, man? Sasha Knight, good morning. Hulk is the strongest one there is. Good morning, Maribel. Good morning, Sakib. Dopey, what is going on? Forsaken One, good morning. Frederick, good morning. Steve, good morning. Jaden, good morning. Hulk is representing hard in here this morning. Imran, good morning. Larry Potter, good morning. So let's take a quick look over here, and you can see what I see over here, and that is a very weak overnight. What we saw was another European breakdown, and it correlates over here. The UK 100 was down about 30 points, and the Stocks 600 was down about 4 points, but that represented a 1% drop because it's a low price point. So we saw that happen. We saw the Korean market down 1.2%. But we saw the Chinese market regain itself up about 1%, almost 1%. So it's very mixed bag, but we didn't see a whole lot of trading coming from the Chinese markets. So that leads you to wonder, like, what is really going on with this market? And it's very tough right now to decipher. And I think that we need clarity, and we're going to need some clarity from the American market today as to what is going on. And as you can see right here, pre-market trading is not getting better. It's been progressively getting worse. And remember, we do have a lot of Chads that are in the the stock market, and a lot of what you're hearing from the stock market is like, yeah, bro. So like, we're gonna take like some like profit, and like the market's just smooth sailing right now. Like, I mean, it's like clean water. You know what I mean? Like, just whoa, bro. Like the waves are just not chopping or anything like that. And wait a minute, FOMO, the FOMC minutes came out, and it doesn't say anything new. Now that scares me, bro, because it doesn't say anything. So like, yeah, man, let's take our money out. So, it doesn't make sense. There's a little bit of a drawback because, look, one of the things about these markets is that these markets operate under fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And where no fear, uncertainty, or doubt exists, investors start to create it in order to manipulate and or pump or dump the market. Now, going back over here to look at Bitcoin one more time, for those of you that do not know, we did reveal that on August 19th at 1 a.m., there was a dump. That dump was $170 million. Now, we also know that on July 7, there was a report that said that Celsius had moved $444 million in crypto over to the FTX exchange, and of that, 192 million was the Bitcoin that they had bought. Now that Bitcoin had lost value, by the way. That was at 26,754. Bitcoin was trading at this point right here at around 22,600. So the average amount of that was 170 million, down from 192 million. So on the 16th of the month, which is right over here, Celsius was given the okay to liquidate its mined Bitcoin in order to meet operating expenses. So then you saw this gigantic move right here, and you saw this absolute catastrophe in the market right there. And that was $170 million being sold at one moment on FTX. So if you're wondering who wrecked the market, Celsius. If you're wondering who wrecked the market a few months back, that was Elon Musk, because these guys, they don't give a shit about you. They don't care about these markets. They care about being able to manipulate these markets for their own benefit. Remember, this right here, this big liquidation right here, this was, we found out later. We didn't find out until the filing, by the way, but we did find out that this is when Elon Musk liquidated all of his Bitcoin from Tesla. So now we have all these clear indications that it is no longer, this is not institution. This is manipulation from the institutions. This is not retail money. It's manipulation from institutions, and that's creating FUD. in the retail sentiment and in some of the institutional sentiment. So that's why you're seeing these things happen. So as we get positive, and we will get positive information, as we get positive information, things are going to change. Now let's get back into chat. And BK2, good morning. Deshaun, what's going on? Jason, good morning. Julie, good morning. One Life, good morning. Vitalij, good morning. Luna Classic, the 26th. So 4 days from now, we're going to see 4159 is going to be implemented, and it's going to go live. So that looks like, based on the and don't hold me to this right now, but it seems to be twisted, Vitalij, between either on the 26th, either the 1.2% burn is going to be implemented, or the validators are going to be able to be expanded and reactivated, and staking will be reactivated. But I've seen it reported three different times, two different ways. So I'm not sure exactly which one. I'm told from the Terra Rebels that it's going to be the 1.2% burn will be implemented, and that will start on the 26th. And it's not until September 12th that the validators and the staking will take place. But then I also saw an update that said the opposite of that. And then I saw a reaffirmation of the first one. So I think that it's going to be on 8/26 that we're going to start seeing the 1.2% burn. By the way, that 1.2% burn only applies at this point to the station trading. KuCoin and Binance and FTX have all agreed to participate, but we don't have any confirmation yet. They're going to, according to them, they're going to participate and they're going to help implement it. So we'll see more as we find out more along this path. But the important thing is also this: 21, I think it was, I want to say it's 4095. It's the reimplementation of USTC repegging itself to LUNC. So when those two start to peg themselves back together, and it starts to create that to undo this death spiral that we went under, then that's when you're really going to see this thing fly, and you're going to see massive amounts of burns happening very, very quickly, because the goal, the programming implementation, is going to be to peg USTC to $1, which may not be done. They may peg it to a different number, by the way, because that might be unachievable, but the goal is to peg it to $1, and then Luna Classic to peg to 10 billion tokens. So once the system takes over and an algorithm starts to develop and move it in one direction or the other, we'll see how it plays out at that point. But they're working on it, and we should have a lot more information over the next couple of days. We're going to probably get some nuggets that are going to be awesome. We just don't know. We're going to have to see it first. King Viking in the house. What is going on, Volt Army? Volt Army, if you are not aware, just won a competition and is now going to be listed on Gate.io. Gate.io has now been vaulted. And as a first place member, that means that Gate.io will be listing Volt Inu on its platform. And Volt, by the way, if you haven't been paying attention, was up about 10% when I did a video. I did my daily video. It's up 11.5%. It's back into the channel. If you guys remember, I've been tracking a lot of these tokens for a long period of time, and there was this pennant flag that had been forming, and it was coming off of a bottom. And when you have a pennant flag starting to show up, or an ascending, when you have a triangle, when you have anything coming up from this direction and you see it start to channel in this direction, then what you're looking at is a very bullish sort of thing with a breakout to the upside, the most likely result. Now, taking this out and saying, well, maybe we're not looking at that. We're not looking at that anymore. Then that means that we're probably looking at a parallel channel. And if we take our parallel channel and run it down here, touching as many points as we can, and we drop it down here again, touching as many points as we can, then we can see that there's also more probably basically a parallel channel that's been created right there, that's kind of moving in unison with the whole thing, and that also because of this wick right here, boom, boom, boom. Because of this right here, then we are looking at a pennant pattern. Pennant pattern coming from the downside usually means that we're about to have a break towards that upside. So when you're looking at this right now, you might see it move up here. You might see it come back down here and test the bottom one more time, but the breakout seems to be imminent. Now, the breakout, by the way, has to come along with probably the Gate IO listing and then Volta change. We need some information on Volta change. If we get something positive that starts to give it that momentum, then it is entirely possible that we take Volt right now and we head on a run to about 300 million market cap again. So we need those two things to happen in unison. Otherwise, it's probably not going to happen. Or another big tier one listing could just come out of the blue at any moment. So, there's all things are possible. So, but that's what it looks like right now. So if you're not in Volt right now, this looks like probably the time to get in because there's going to be a pump. But remember, 12% tax in, 13% tax out. I think that was the number. Remember, there's a modifier on here. So it changes every once in a while. But the number on the tax is 13% in, 12% out. So it's 25% tax total coming in and out. So make sure that you accommodate for that. And we're also starting to see a pump in the Bitcoin market. But let's move on. Strong Devon community, Hulk, good price. What's going on? Uproar, Brian? What's happening, man? Citer Realty chart is looking healthy. I don't see a Citer Realty chart yet. I was looking for it. Now I feel like this should be the new one, but I don't have the contract number. Yeah, that's definitely not it. Today is the day that Citer Realty launches, by the way. So if anybody is interested in the Saitama, you can go into Citer Realty, and I think you have to buy it from the wallet. I don't know if it launches on Uniswap or not, but let's see where we are right here. It's up 30% already on the day. So the launch has been successful for it. And here we are on the second hour. Diluted market cap is 94 million. I do know that there is an issue with about 350,000 tokens or $350,000 worth of tokens that we have to point out because it's only fair here. So we want hashtag Citer Realty. There is a guy who is missing $350,000. Portillo's Beefy, and I have to go with Portillo's Beefy because that's Chicago shit right there. So he is down $350,000 on his Citer Realty. He has not received his tokens. The devs heard our frustrations and are handling it. He will be taken care of soon. All right. The weird shit that some people post. Oh, and then here we go. Faltron, the mastermind. You may have successfully robbed Portillo's Beefy, which didn't happen. But as we know, Faltron is a liar who can't be trusted because Faltron is the person that doxed Dr. Praveen when the Saitama people asked him, would you please dox? So when all of that went down, Faltron was the guy who had no problem doing it. So all of the threats that Faltron, look, Faltron is Faltron. There are people that conduct themselves and react with dignity. And there are people that don't, and then there's Faltron. You know what I'm saying? He is exactly what you think he is. Every single time, he just finds another token to be that kind of person. Look, if you're in a project with him, stay away. That's all I'm saying. If he's an investor, fine, but when he starts to take an active role, then he's going to start taking an active role in doing crazy shit. And here we are again. So things get a little bit crazy. But anyway, so if they fix that, fine. But if they don't, then we have a problem with Citer Realty. So yeah, I'm thinking Jackson Hole will give us insight into what the Fed is thinking. That is correct. I would think so too. Thank you for the $500 Filipina. Hulk is next. All right. I think so too. I mean, I think that Hulk has reached out to me. We're talking right now, and we'll see what happens. Maribel, what's going on? Nice person. Go Volt One. You goddamn right they did. BTFA fam in the house. Ryan Patrick. Yeah, Ryan Patrick's back. He's just he's going to be creating content. Look, he wanted to take some time off. He had some things that Ryan's got a little bit of money. Ryan's done well in this market. So Ryan's taking some time off to do his thing. He's been traveling and with his wife, and they're kind of living a dream that they've never been able to live before. But he has been back the last couple of days, and we have seen him, and I have talked to him personally. So yeah, he's all good. Volt gonna Volt. There we go. Can't see screen. Yeah, oops. We'll there you go. Great entry point right now for both Volt and Hulk. What's up, Jason? Rob, I have not heard from Holistic. DJ, he unfriended me, and he unfriended a whole bunch of different people. And I think that he he did. I think that he got weird over Phantom. I'm not sure what happened there. For him, that is. So anybody associated with Phantom, I think he just unfriended, or he doesn't want to be involved with or associated with, something like that. And I don't care. Look, I'm not here to be DJ's friend. So he changed his name to Holista, or just Holista over here. But I got a message. I got an alert because I have that thing that said that he's no longer following me. So I just stopped following him. And if you look over here, he stopped following everybody. And he hasn't made any posts recently, not since the middle of July. So, I don't know what's going on with him. But I guess we could check his YouTube channel and see what he's doing. I'm seeing that he's working maybe on his motivation channel. Maybe he's trying to rebrand a little bit because he hasn't made a video in a month or so. So I don't know what he's doing, but as you can see here, he's made a big change in the way he's doing stuff. And now his viewership has dropped because he's not covering specific tokens anymore. So, maybe he's taking a break. Maybe he's just decided to chill out a little bit. That's all I can say. I have no idea. But somebody told me that he reached out to them. Somebody that had been a friend to his for a long period of time said that he reached out and just started screaming, through chat, by the way, not on the phone, but just started texting him, calling him MF, blah, 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 blah. So I have no idea what's going on. I just heard that as a rumor. So who knows what's going on with him. Cytomask will be shut down August 26th when someone suggested you could use a friend's Android phone to retrieve seed phrase. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly how you do that yet, but I mean, we'll see. Have you checked out M87? No. By the way, guys, unless you send me this shit, I never see him. So M87 Messier. All right, so guys, you got one right here that seems to be rolling back in a positive direction. Was launched on June 4, has a market cap of 5 million. And what does it do? I'm going to chalk that up to my internet, by the way. I don't like when things load slow like that. that means that they're using a server that's not a good host, or it's my fault. So what do I see here? All the products and services. And I don't like that it's making me do stuff. Like, it's a little weird. Interesting. It's taking control of my mouse is what it's done. And there we go. No, it wasn't. It's me being an idiot because I apparently clicked a button. Haha. All right. All of the products and services created by the team at Messier will be designed to help further the DeFi space. Will be. So that doesn't have anything to do yet. Although that's actually pretty cool. Product will be done. All right. So the team at Messier is developing a wide range of decentralized products and services that offer solutions to common problems. Virgo is the DAO, will operate solely on smart contracts and will use the funds from the treasury to purchase tokens that are voted on by M87 token stakers. So it's a DAO. And all right, so basically it's a DAO, which makes it a collective, which means that you're going to vote on whatever it is. And it's using Morse code to be mysterious. I don't know, man. This is good. Buy and sell fee is 3%. So, guys, if you want to go into a contract that doesn't have a ridiculous text, there you go. Token Sniffer says, smell test 87, the only red being at least 95% of liquidity is burned and locked. But it looks like it's all locked for over 100 years, and it's locked at 43. That's 54, 67, 68, 74, 75. So 75% of the liquidity has been locked. Oh, shit. I could have just read that. 75% has been locked for, it looks like 88, 87 years, I guess. I assume that's going to be 87 years. And then it's ownership renounced. So it is on, and it's 3%. Okay, so that says buy and sell is 3%, but this says 3 and 4%. So I don't know which one is accurate there. I assume it's just going to be 3 and 4. Token Sniffer, by the way, is reading the contract. Somebody else wrote that up, and oh, hell no. No, come on. That's okay. Brian, this looks like a wreck. This is probably this is most probably an airdrop when it first started, which, I mean, that happens, you know. And then this is the deployer, and this is the dead wallet. So the deployer is moving tokens here, which is then moving tokens here, which is then distributing it to people from a pre-sale or probably something like that. But then you have this over here that's given tokens to 10 different wallets. Then you have this one, which is also getting or receiving from that deployer wallet and then deploying to 6 other people, which is also working with the deployer wallet. And then this person over here is giving it to 4 different wallets. And this person over here, which is a big holder, has distributed over 2 wallets, one containing 2%, one containing another 2%. And then this, like, dude, I don't know what mess you got me in right here, man, but hell no. That is not how, I mean, it might do something. I'm not saying that it won't, but like when I see something like that, there's no way. Now, however, at 93 right here, that means that it had a maximum 10 million market cap. So if it produces something and it gets on one of those cult-like runs, as DAOs might do, makes a partnership or something like that, then I mean, it's got a run in it. It looks like it's positioned in a pretty good space. And if the people there are smart and they're investing in the right things to create value, then you never know what would happen. But if this were, if you were asking me if this was a play to make right now, then my answer would be absolutely not, because this is not the this is not the spot to invest. This is the spot. That's like a sell spot from here. But there's like this point down here, 3,000 seems to be like, if there's an entry point, it's going to be 3,000 or 2,500, maybe even 22 or 23 down here. But up here, like I'm basically buying at the top right now. This is the only level of support at 5,000 that came out from this big move right here. And I'm touching that right now and probably going to bounce back off to the downside. So if anybody's looking to make a move on Messier, by the way, give it just a little bit of time, because this looks like it's going to be one of those bounce downs and test support. And then, maybe you can get in at 35 or even 3,000 ETH market, depending. Shit. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. I'm losing my mind today. I'm just stealing charts from you guys. But look, this is the chart for Messier. This up here means that the market cap was probably about 9.4 million, and it accumulated pretty well. It's got 1.13k holders, so not a huge amount of holders. It's up 42% on the day, 15% on the week. But I mean, you don't buy anything that's up 42% on the day because you've missed 42% of your money. You don't do that. All right, I'm going to have to skip over a couple of these and get down here. God damn it. That's exactly right. God damn it. So anyway, that's what it looks like. It doesn't look like the play. You can't play on this one right now. 3% tax in and out. So it's going to cost you 6% to do it. So always, anytime you got to pay a tax in and out, and you're going to pay it's a penalty, right? So make sure that you're getting in at the bottom, or as best you can down at as close to a bottom as you can, and don't put yourself in a position where you're buying up here at the top. The markets are underway, and the Dow Jones tanked down 380 points in the first half hour. So we are now witnessing a big capitulation, which will apply, by the way, to Ethereum, which will apply, by the way, to Bitcoin. But remember, we're not touching the bottom down here. So it's possible that we bounce off of this again as a support line. By the way, if you guys remember, we had that play over here. It was at 0.41 cents. It did go up to 0.56 cents. I didn't play it. I was tempted to on Hex, but then I thought, you know what, like anything, like if I'm looking at it and I'm exactly what I just told you guys to do is why I didn't get in on it. So I held on to it. And I could have, from like 4.1 cents to, what do you call it, 5 cents. That's a 25% rip. So, I could have earned 25%, but, and that would have been that would have been a good play. But by the same token, if the market is coming back down, then maybe we're going to make another play on it. Right now we're trading at 4.7 cents, but, it doesn't tend to go very low, right? So if I'm looking at this chart and I see that it's trading down here, then it doesn't go that low. It's been a long time since it was at that level. So if I can get in on a big dip on Hex, then as soon as this market turns around, which, let's face it, if we can do that right now and get back in on that 3.5, if we can get in under here around 3, then it took off and ripped when Ethereum went to when Ethereum went to 2,000 and did 100x. You got to think down here, this did 150x or 150% anyway. So it's doing a higher percentage of liftoff, and it really looks kind of tradable, especially when you're looking at some of these chandeliers on the day chart. on the hour chart. Whew. Yeah, I mean, this really looks like an opportunity to make plays, right? All right, so Dow Jones is still in sell-off mode. They're completely scared because, you know, bananas and also tacos, which is basically the logic in this market right now. If we go look at Dow futures slump around the point as traders question the Fed pivot thesis. Dow Jones futures drop as stock market sell-off continues. Why is the stock market down? Dow futures slide. AMC plunges. Oh, by the way, if you're not considering what an asshole Ryan Cohen was, then if you don't know what happened there, by the way, Ryan Cohen was the guy that was in charge of Bed Bath and Beyond. He was the guy that made the investment. He bought up all the stock on Bed Bath and Beyond. He's also the CEO at GameStop, and he got in on some of these meme coin stocks. Announced his intention to sell on Bed Bath and Beyond, and then sold on everybody, and basically. I mean, look at it this way. He absolutely sold the top over here, and absolutely wrecked everybody that he was saying, hey, get in on this, get in on this, get in on this. It's going to be so awesome. So he got in over here on this run. Then he got everybody else involved. And then you had a short squeeze coming. And then when it was time for the short squeeze, he cheated out and sold everything at the top. He basically manipulated the shit out of everybody and then sold at 23 and made a mint off of it. And now you're seeing it continue to capitulate. But even on Friday, and Friday was when a lot of these things were this is Friday close. So you look at Thursday close. The Thursday close was 1855, and the open it ended at 11. So most of the people who were shorting it bought down here in the 5 or 6. So he basically gave them a reprieve. And like that is some weak shit right there. So anytime you see Ryan Cohen in the future, I mean, spit in his mouth, call him an emo dweeb, you know, whatever you got to do. It's Ryan Cohen. It's not somebody who we respect anymore. That's the kind of Matt Kors is still holding his AMC and GameStop. You know what I mean? Like he's shorted some, he's sold some of it to pay for things that, but he's been honest, and he live streams and tells you. Ryan Cohen, on the other hand, just put one over on everybody. So F that D. All right, so it looks like Ethereum is let's close this out and let's kind of get an idea here. It looks like Ethereum is just, you know, guys, I think that the market is just tired right now. There's no reason for, now watch me forget when I go back to it. But there's no reason for what's happening right now. The only reason for anything that's happening right now is because the market is tired. And it's tired from all that's coming, all that's been coming for, you know, listen, we've been on a whirlwind, right? Crypto specifically has been on a whirlwind for the last, 3 months now? I mean, you got to think here. After Elon Musk showed what a paper-handed hoe he is, which was June 12th and 13th, you know, weak stick little bitch that Elon Musk always is and has been. We just didn't know it because, you know, he made cars, and he made electrical cars that we liked, and they were pretty. But once we found out what a little Jeet he was, everything has been just in kind of a crazy mode from that bottom, with people feeling that fear as it trended sideways, and as we hit that bottom, which was 879.80 on Ethereum. And then what was Bitcoin? Bitcoin's number was 17,567. So we see these numbers over here, and this has been a crazy ride, and we've seen it kind of playing out almost to perfection every single time. We got into this channel, which, by the way, if you just stretch this out, kind of plays itself. And that I missed that. I screwed that up a second ago. But if you just pull it out right here, like, this is where we are. And look how long we've trended in this channel, almost to perfection. June 15 is when it got in here. We bounced off the bottom. We didn't quite hit the top, but we hit the middle, and we bounced around on the midline. Then we went over it for a little while, testing it as support. Then we went back down. Then we hit it again as resistance. Then it came down. We hit the bottom a couple of times, which we're doing over here again. Then we made this run that got us back up. We went through the midpoint. Then we found our way back up here to 22,000. Then we bounced around again on that midline. Then we came back down. We tested the bottom. Then we were finally ready to make that run. We got up in the run, poked our head into that golden pocket. Just were not able to get in there for an extended period of time, and then fell back off the test, went past the midpoint line. You see it accumulated again right at that midpoint. Then it came back down, came back up. We tested it just a little bit higher again. And by the way, remember, we had really had this channel kind of set up at this point. So all this has done is continue to hit those points. It tests this middle line, and then it does this. And then when we find somebody weak, like let's say you're, I don't know, Celsius, one of those paper-handed weak little bitches, then you see like this massive sell-off. Now we're testing that support down here on the bottom, and what comes next? We've had three. Listen, here's the bad news. The bad news is when you zoom in on this and you start looking at this, we're testing this bottom line of support right now, and this is 1, 2, 3 on these tests. If we test again, then it is entirely possible that we just erase these gains, and we start heading back down further. So don't forget that we're kind of precariously balanced on the bottom at this point, and we got 16 minutes to mint a new candle, and the market just started to soar. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be sustained. This might just be just a basic market pump, but the Dow Jones for the first 15 minutes was down 380 to start, went up to 420 so that they could smoke weed, I guess, and then came back down to 360 at this point. The SPY is down under 420, down 527. Again, we're just going with that 420 reference because it's funny. Ha 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 ha. Weed's hilarious. So, but we're, let's see what happens over the next little while, and we'll get a feel real quickly about where this market's going, because we are right here in what you would call the danger zone. And you call it the danger zone because it's the bottom of whatever we're looking at, and our chart is still pointed upward. I want to stress that, by the way. We're testing the support line down here on this channel almost like it's made up, to be fair. But as you can look right here, you can see that like we really kind of created this support line around 20,760, and that's what we keep bouncing off of right now. So when you get out here at the 2, you're going to see this, and there's a lot of room to run, which is why you see these big moves up and down in these areas right here, and you don't see a whole lot of hanging out in this spot, because if we can bounce off of this and we can get into positive, then we can quickly get up to 22,692. So 22,670 is what we're looking at right there. So so that's where it all breaks down. I mean, this is how it all looks right now. And let's check our EMAs and see. I got these set up so the green, like we're way down. We're way down here. This green is starting to move back upwards, but we need to get over the 50 right here. If we get over the 50 with this green, you know what? I need that one to be a little bit bigger. Let's do. Let's make that bigger. There we go. So if we can get that back over, then I'll be feeling better about where we are. But right now, like everything is just so far down. And we can see, by the way, you can see the RSI has started to bounce back and it's starting to get back to the SMA. So it's possible that we see some positive action coming. But it's going to take, it's going to take some pumping. And Bitcoin is actually pumping. It's up to 21.3, even though the Dow Jones is still eating it at 395. So takes about a half hour. I talked to Hobbs. I talked to Hobbs a lot about this, and he says don't trade in the first half hour because that's when the Jeets are doing what can only be described as Jeet shit. So you're seeing it right here. You're seeing this massive sell-off. You're seeing the weak hands. These are the weak people. These are the ones that they're the noobs. They're just not going to make it. So let's go look. We got Bitcoin weekly downtrend. Yeah. But we had a big red candle for this week. So the RSI is back touching over here. Historically, though, we're going to get a bounce back upwards because once we've gotten down this far, we don't trend very long. See, you had the same thing over here happened right here. And we went up and then we came back down and then we took off like a rocket. So that's what's happening over here as well. And we're touching the RSI one more time. So we're in new territory, by the way. So oh, by the way, it is confirmed. I did get a date for filming, by the way. So we're going to be filming in the middle of September to finish up I'll be doing my scene for the movie in the middle of September. So just so you guys know, that should be fun. High 33, low 17 before November. I guess I don't think we're going lower. I don't think that it's always possible. There's always a possibility of further capitulation in the market, and I don't feel like this was ever a real. I don't feel like we ever really gave up at 17,567, but the indicators all say that was it. All of the things that people use to track and chart, which and it's not right. Just because I'm looking at a chart and just because I'm making a guess on a chart based on patterns that happened a long time ago and that kind of voodoo shit, just because all that happened doesn't mean that it will happen again. But it does give you an indication on where you are, could be, or should be. And you can see here when the RSI was this low and we hit that 17, we were way down here. Well, we're already way down here, but we're at 21. So it doesn't there's no room. There's there's likely no room for further capitulation at this point. Everything that can tell you we've reached the bottom is telling you we've reached the bottom and that the only place going up now is from here. So, and you see right here, we had a bearish divergence, which caused this. Then we had another bearish divergence, which was here. And now it looks like we're trying to accumulate and, a couple of greens, and maybe we'll start moving to the positive. So, but we'll see. Who the hell knows? Bitcoin weekly RSI downtrend, again, standard. Yeah, it's all the same, man. It's all the same. The gist of it is that I work for Volt Electric, so I'll be wearing my Volt hat. And oh, by the way, and I'm going to order a bunch of stuff from the Volt store. Hold on. Can't show you my Volt chat, but Voltoshi. So, all right. So Voltoshi, I'm going to order a bunch of stuff over here in order to take with them. So you can customize your name, by the way. And there's a big cat. Then you have your VDSC designs. So I'm gonna take a bunch of that stuff and give it to everybody on set, just to new Volt. So we're gonna do some of the newer stuff. So like maybe some Volt Gang tees, hat or two, a Volted. Ooh, I might need one of those for filming. Let's see. That might be better than the one I have. That's the one that I have. Mine has basically the head on it. So I don't know. Maybe that one will be that'll be the play. Anyway, so we'll get a few things out here and get a few of these t-shirts and hats and stuff like that, and then hand it out on set so that people have it. Maybe even some Volt Army towels. Actually, there's quite a bit of stuff here. Wait a minute. Volt bikinis, ladies. Volty Dragon NFTs. That's kind of neat. Volt Warriors. There's Volt Inu. There's the old. That looks like one of the older designs. And then there's the Truckers hat. That's the kind of the one I have right there. Only it's got the bigger one right in the center, I think. Yeah. Here we go. Hats. Yeah, the hat that I have is probably from Jake Agan's site. But anyway, yeah, I'm bringing presents, man. It's going to be courtesy of Voltoshi. I don't think I can't see that it would make a Halloween release. If we're filming mid-September, then I got to think there's got to be at least 30 to 60 days at a minimum of post time before it would be even ready. So I can't see any way that 60 days is enough time, but you never know. Any movie merchandise? You know what? I'll see what I can do. Jason, see if we can hook that up, man. See if I can bring back some, maybe a couple shirts and stuff like that. There you go. It'll be a 2023 release. So see if we can bring back some kind of merch to give away on the channel. That would be kind of cool. Good morning, Crypto Life. What's going on, man? It's been 5 days since I've been knocked out because of you. So, feeling better now. Hashtag recovered. All right. So, all right. So here's what we got right now to summarize whatever the fuck is going on in this market right now. The Dow Jones is continuing a steady and rapid sort of decline right now. It's down 427 points. It's continuing to not find any support. So we're seeing a full capitulation there. The SPY is down, not as bad as the Dow, but still bad. Bitcoin, in the meantime, is now starting to pump. It's up over 21,300 and also at 1,570 on Ethereum. Not the numbers that anybody's looking for, I'm sure, but they're the numbers that we have at this moment. So, let's look and see what happens over the next little while. I mean, the question right here really is going to come down to total market cap. Where are we on the total market cap? And that's going to tell. And by the way, we got a big green candle down here. We got a bullish divergence down here a couple hours ago, and it led to this big move, right? So, maybe we get one of those again, and maybe we'll start to see this thing pump a little bit, but it remains to be seen. It looks like up and down here that we've got a little bit of a wonky, weird market, but hey, America's here to fix it all. Ooh. Or that's at least how it looks. So you think Zombie Inu the Halloween play? No, I don't think Zombie Inu is the Halloween. No. The Halloween play is, oh, get the fuck out of here. Did I delete it? Yeah. All right, hold on. We're gonna do the one from trying to be consistent here, I guess. No. Let's go see where we are here. This is the Halloween play right here, Phantom. And it's on a discount as we speak. But you can see here that it was up to 40 cents just recently. So it is now down in that lower pit area where you want it to be. So not 20 cents where it was before, but it's going to pump. Remember, this is we're getting into Halloween. We're getting into this is what it did Halloween last year. So it was up to almost $3 in Halloween of last year, and it's at 29 cents. Remember, I told you this, by the way, guys. If you go back through all my content, I've been telling you this for a long time. Phantom will have a run during the holidays because Phantom does all that spooky shit. Even though, by the way, when you come over here and you look, they've kind of moved away from, again, what can only be described as spooky shit. But when you go over here and you look at the Phantom Network, then what you see is the tokens here are going to be Ring, Boo, well, as we get closer, you're going to see Ring, you're going to see Boo, you're going to see Ghost, you're going to see Spirit, you're going to see all kinds of different token names that are like spooky ooky for Halloween, and then you're going to see a run on all that price because Phantom, that's what it does. So just remember that's going to be my Halloween play, Phantom, FTM, currently ranked. Where are we ranked here? Currently ranked number 58 overall. And yeah, Citer Realty is live this morning. So that's it, guys. That's my time for today. I'll be on for a 30-minute bedtime with Bleeves tonight at 8:30. So it's not financial advice. My name's Bleeves. I am always right. Be very careful in this market this morning. It looks like we're getting a pump going on with our Ethereum and Bitcoin, but I don't know that it's going to be sustained. I don't know that it's going to last. because the American market is looking really weak right now. So you guys have a good day. Be very careful.